When striving for an extraordinary goal, you can't expect ordinary people to understand it. I'm going to say that again. When striving for an extraordinary goal, you can't expect ordinary people to understand it. Just this morning, I was talking with one of my mentees about the other one that I posted about last week that landed his first Salesforce job after 2 years of grinding. And the guy this week, him and I were just kind of talking about celebrating the other one. And as we were reflecting, we kind of come to the conclusion that look, this guy went through a lot of trials and things that probably gave him signals indicating that he should give up on that goal. He probably had family members that thought he was crazy for continuing to try and go down that path out of 2 years and not having success that he wanted, which is landing the job, right? But oftentimes we prescribe the right goal, but the wrong timeline to that goal. And when we prescribe the wrong timeline, we end up giving up along the way, and I reflected on my own journey. And when I was making the transition to Salesforce consulting, it took me 4 years. There's probably plenty of signals along the way that made me want to quit, and sometimes I did for a short period of time. When I was starting my business in 2024, there were a lot of signals that indicated that maybe I was crazy. I had family members who questioned all the time that I spent working in my nights and weekends beyond my day job. And that's the thing, is that you have other people in your life who don't see all the work that you're putting in. They don't see the end result. They don't truly understand it. And so when they give you feedback, you trust them because you love them, but maybe they're not the best people to be giving you feedback. Maybe they're people who don't truly understand what you're striving for and can't see all of the efforts and the growth that's occurring over that period of time. Because, when I first started working with this guy, I think that, he still needed a lot of growth. And, we had a very honest level setting conversation about 2 weeks into working with each other, because he signed up for a 90-day coaching package that I sold him to help him upskill. And about 2 weeks in, I was like, look, man, you're not in a place where you're going to land a job at the end of this 90 days. I'm still going to work with you. I'm still going to help you and make sure that you're successful until you do get that first job. But I had to level set with him. Like, this is going to take longer than what you think it is. And you have to properly set those expectations, because I don't want you to get to the end of this 90 days and give up. So if I had to give anybody some feedback on striving for an extraordinary goal while getting feedback from ordinary people, you have to have an unceasing belief in yourself that you can achieve this thing. And when people doubt you along the way, you have to have something that you can turn to that keeps you going, because most of the time we have the right goal. It's just the wrong timeline we're prescribing to it. Hope this helps.